All right, so today we're working on a 2006 Honda Element. Customer's complaining about the headlights dimming when he comes up to a light. He has gone by a corner auto parts store where they do some free testing on the battery and the alternator, the charging and starting system. They have deemed the alternator as low amperage. So we're going to go ahead and replace the alternator on it today. So if this customer had the factory radio, there is a security code with the Honda. We want to record that security code so we can put the code in after we reconnect the battery. Because with any service, especially with the alternator, we're going to be disconnecting the battery. There will be a relearn process for the power window for the auto roll-up function we may have to do after clearing out the system from having the battery disconnected. So now we'll go ahead and disconnect the battery, remove the belt, and start removing some components to get to the alternator. So we have a PCV system that goes over top of the alternator. So we're going to have to remove one of the covers from the intake manifold to disconnect the PCV system. So we have two 10 millimeter bolts here at the top. Okay, so here is the exposed PCV. We have one fitting here with a clamp, and we have another fitting at the bottom with a clamp. So with hoses, if you give them a little twist, you can break that seal, makes them a lot easier. So we just had the same clamp on the bottom, clamp on top. So I'm going to get that out of the way. To get a little bit more room, we're going to remove the coolant reservoir. It's be one 10 millimeter bolt, and then the hose fitting there. This will fit into some slots down below for the lower fastening. So it just sat into a slot down below. All right, so now we're going to remove the tensioner. So we're going to use 2 wrenches, kind of bound up together. All right, so I just want to lay the belt off to the side. Now we may have enough room to remove the alternator through here, maybe not. We're just going to go ahead and remove the power steering pump, lay it out of the way, that way we do have access. So we're going to have another couple connectors here to do, but let's remove this power steering pump first. All right, so to remove the power steering pump, there's 2 bolts holding it on. One is down here. The other one is right here. So we'll go ahead and remove the power steering pump. All right, so now we have 3 bolts for the alternator, 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and remove the connector and the positive lead to the battery there. So this just has a tab on one side. Looks like there's one fastening tab. Looks like that may be to the back of the alternator. Once we get the alternator loose, we'll take a second look at that one. Alright, so now we just got to okay, so those two bottom bolts, that's where we were trying to get to. So we had the 3 mounting bolts. One connector, positive terminal. Alright, so there's the old one, original alternator. Alright, so here we have our new alternator from Auto Parts Direct to You. We want to always make sure that everything is the same. So we have the same pulley. We have the same mounting. And then we want to make sure that the alternator is clocked in the correct position. So everything is aligned as it should be. So we'll be all right to install this. Alright, so we want to go ahead and put all the bolts hand tight so it's mounted. Then we'll go ahead and make the connections and then do the retighten. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install the PCV hose. Now, this clamp was upside down. We're gonna make sure that it's upward on the reinstall, so the next person here does not have any issues. Okay, so now we're ready to reinstall our power steering pump. Okay, so now let's go ahead and reinstall the belt. Now we only tried to remove the belt from the top half, so let's see how we did. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put the coolant reservoir in. So we have the one tab on the bottom that we want to slide in. And we have another hose connection that we needed to make. Now we're ready to put the intake cover back on. All right, so we're all set up. Now we're gonna make our battery connection and then start the car and make sure that the repair was what we needed. All right, so we went ahead, we have everything running. Everything sounds good, you know, make sure the belt alignment was good, everything there. We turned the headlights on. We have full bright light, so everything went as planned here. So we do have one other thing with the Honda Element. Once the battery was disconnected, like we talked about before, if this had a factory radio, we would be entering the service code to unlock it out of the anti-theft mode. We did lose the auto roll down feature, so we'll go over how to reprogram your one-touch window feature now. All right, so we want to verify that the one-touch feature is not working before we try to reprogram it. So we turn the key to the on position, and we hold it to the second, to the auto, so it's not that double click is not putting it into auto. So we want to go ahead and roll it back up. We want to start the vehicle, then we're going to roll the window completely down, pressing it so it's hitting that second detent spot for the auto roll down. We're going to hold it down all the way past it's fully open for another 2 seconds. Then we're going to let go and we're going to roll the window all the way up, all the way to the very top till it's closed, and holding it for another 2 seconds. That should reprogram the auto roll down function. So we should have auto roll down. So now we're all reset back up from clearing the computer out. And then if we had to do the radio, this is when we would enter that code into the radio. So we're all set. Take this for a test drive and deliver it back to the customer.